Why wait to see if you'll get something you like this Valentine's Day when you can go to BlueNile.com and find something you'll love? Whether you're looking to treat yourself to a little winter sparkle or show a galentine how much you appreciate them, Blue Nile offers a wide selection of high-quality designs, expert guidance, and free 30-day returns for the ultimate peace of mind. You can even design your own jewelry. Right now, save up to 50% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
American soccer fans, welcome to episode 49 of the Stars and Stripes FC podcast. Donald Wine here, co-manager of Stars and Stripes FC, your source for all things U.S. national teams, the players that comprise them, and everything else surrounding the game of soccer in America. We have another American in the Bundesliga, and this one is a coach for a big club. And we are talking about, of course, Jesse Marsch. Jesse Marsch will leave Red Bull Salzburg at the end of the season to take over at Red Bull Leipzig. Leipzig is currently coached by Julian Nagelsmann, who will leave to take over at Bayern Munich in what is the biggest transfer deal for a coach ever, north of 20 million euros. But Marsch will be leaving the defending champions in Salzburg, who are on pace to win their 8th Austrian Bundesliga title in a row, for the sister club in Germany, who is currently second in the Bundesliga table to Bayern. So, first off, what a great move for Jesse Marsch, who has been very successful at Salzburg. And he gets to reunite with Tyler Adams. When both Marsch and Adams were on the New York Red Bulls, Marsch gave him a shot, and he coached him for 3 seasons. And this is exactly why he left the New York Red Bulls, to become an assistant for Leipzig back in 2018, for this moment, to finally take the big job as coach. He was an assistant at Leipzig for a year before going to Salzburg in 2019. He won a title and an Austria Cup in 2019-2020, and he is on the verge of doing the same this year. His Salzburg will compete in the Austrian Cup final this weekend, and currently they sit in first place in the Austrian Bundesliga table. Red Bull system, a lot of people are saying that this is just a product of that, and I honestly don't care that this is a Red Bull system. The fact that he's making moves is a great thing, and I hope he's successful at Leipzig. Don't forget, Julian Nagelsmann was not in the Red Bull system when he got the Leipzig job back in 2019. He came over from Hoffenheim, and they could have gone another way for this hire as well. But Marsch was the best candidate, and he got the job. And it's great that an American was the front runner for a head coaching position at a big club. Leipzig, I know some people don't like them in Germany, but you have to consider them a big club in Germany at this point. And now we have an American running. That's 2 American coaches in the Bundesliga now, if you add Pellegrino Matarazzo of Stuttgart. But the Red Bull system clearly is working, and Marsch took a gamble. He could have stayed at New York Red Bulls, tried to find another position or another path to Europe, but he chose this one. He chose to remain in the Red Bull system. He went to Leipzig, took kind of a step down in becoming an assistant, and then got his shot as a head coach with Red Bull Salzburg. Austrian Bundesliga, obviously not as great as the Bundesliga, but it was an opportunity for him, and he made the most of that opportunity. He's only won while he's been there, and he's gotten a couple trophies. He could get a couple more this year, as I mentioned. And now he has a chance to take over a team that is going to be in Champions League next year, a team that was in Champions League last year, a team that is on pace to be one of the teams that challenge Bayern Munich for the Bundesliga title, along with a couple others like Borussia Dortmund. They want big trophies. They want to win the Bundesliga. They want to win Champions League, and they think Jesse Marsch is the guy that can get them there. So it's a great move for Jesse Marsch. It's a big-time opportunity for him. And for American coaches, hopefully this means that more will start to look at, whether it's a system or whether it's through other paths, a way to get to Europe to live out their dreams as a coach of a big-time club. We'll continue this conversation on the other side of the break. We're back. We're discussing Jesse Marsch taking over as coach of RB Leipzig next season. And the question that's now on the floor is, how do we get more American coaches abroad? Players have been going over to Europe in droves, but coaches haven't had the same opportunities. Currently, we have a few Americans that are coaching beyond the borders of the United States. I mentioned Pellegrino Matarazzo, who coaches for Stuttgart in Germany. Joe Enox is also in Germany at FSV Zwickau. Thomas Dooley, who has coached quite a bit abroad, he now is coaching in Malaysia. Brian Claerhout is in Sweden. Jim Chernesky is in England, coaching for a small club called Egerton, but you may know him more famously as the inventor of True Socks, the sock that has become very popular with professional soccer players and has kind of changed the game when it comes to sock apparel on the field for soccer players. We have Ashman Gottby, who coaches in China, Mike Keeney, who coaches in Finland, and we have Hugo Perez, who just took over as the coach of the El Salvador national team. All of those either Americans or former U.S. men's national team coaches or players. There's also quite a few coaches who have been abroad at certain points, most notably Greg Berhalter and Bob Bradley. But there has to be a pipeline for coaches to live out their dreams of coaching in Europe, just like we've seen the paths players have taken to play there. What are those paths? It's unclear at this point. I mean, Red Bull Leipzig was a path that worked for Jesse Marsch, but will it work for the next coach? Not necessarily. Chris Armas was the guy who took over for Jesse Marsch. Now he's coaching at Toronto FC. And it's unclear which of these younger coaches from the United States are poised to get their break and make it abroad, or even have the aspirations to do so. And as younger players start to retire, then maybe they will be the generation that we see as coaches that are coaching elsewhere, that are not coaching in Major League Soccer, that are not coaching in the USL or in ISA. They may try to ply their trade in England, in Germany, in Sweden, in Finland, in China, in Argentina or Mexico. And really, when it comes to these players, we need to have more pipelines for them to get their coaching licenses, whether it's while they're playing or just as their playing days are about to end, when they start to think about life after their professional career. There's a lot of questions right now about the coaching pipelines, how to get more players, more assistants to get those coaching licenses needed to coach as a head coach, not just here in the United States, but around the world. And U.S. soccer has to be at the forefront of giving those opportunities and making them as accessible as possible so that this generation of players, if they want to think about coaching or being in a front office, then they have the opportunity to have those credentials to do so. But for now, Jesse Marsch is probably the best American coach out there, and he is coaching in Germany next year for a big club. And it's something that we all need to be excited about. I think we all are excited about it. And it means that we will be looking at RB Leipzig with a little bit more interest next year. Of course, we already were with Tyler Adams. We already wanted him to be successful, but now we have an American coach that will be coaching him in one of the biggest leagues in the world. And you have to be happy about that path that he has taken and how it's helped him out so far. And hopefully we have more coaches that will do the same. We will leave it there on this quick episode 49 of the Stars and Stripes FC podcast. Remember, please like and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast. If you have questions or topic suggestions, please send them to me at ssfcpodcast@gmail.com. So until next week, enjoy the weekend of soccer and take care.